What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a full Gen 3 Legendary Pokemon team. I am back from holiday and I'm really happy to have that break. It was really nice, recharged the old batteries, and we're back for some action. So in tonight's video, we got a little bit of a special kind of circumstance there. We have 10 Pokemon to work with. So we got Mythicals and Legendaries. Before someone starts furiously typing in the comment section, but it's a Mythical! Anyway, so I'm going to split this into two teams. We've got 5 in this team and 5 in the next team. I'm actually going to use the same team in this entire video, so I'll probably do a version 2 of this team with the other 5 remaining Pokemon next week sometime. If you're hyped for me being back and the theme team's returning, well, they actually stopped. I probably have this a lot more this week now that I'm back. Let's see if we can get 4,000 likes on the video. And your favorite Gen 3 Legendary, let me know, or slash Mythical, let me know in the comment section of the video. For me, personally, it will be Kyogre. Now, when you make that choice, make it with the 5 Pokemon that I'm using. Alright, this is the battle on my Discord. This one is against Hunt, and we have a Z-Splash right off the bat here, so I've got to get rid of this thing ASAP. So you're leading off with this Rayquaza. It was an absolute pile of garbage, but it was really, really fun to use. We've got on this set Thunder Wave, Swagger, Twister, and Air Slash. It's just pure scum. We've got the item as Bright Powder as well. I needed to power down Rayquaza. It was like way too strong a Pokemon, so I tried to make the crappiest, silliest set that I could. And it was an absolute disaster most of the time. Speaking of disasters, we're going to have a +5 Solgaleo, and it's going to hit me with a Sunsteel Strike. And there's no way Rayquaza is going to be able to live that one. So we're off to a flying start, people. Rayquaza is going to go down. Now, Rayquaza was the most handiest Pokemon in all the battles I had in this video. Just watch every single battle, how handy it was. Alright, so into Groudon now. Groudon was the best Pokemon on my team by a long shot. So in this one, we got max special attack and max speed. We got Eruption, Earth Power, Dragon Pulse, and Fire Blast as the moves there. It's a speedy Choice Scarf using set, and Solgaleo is going to get wrecked by that one. So that was nice getting rid of that. That Thunder Wave actually quite helped from the Rayquaza too. I think I would have outsped it regardless. Alright, so we've got the Volcano coming in here. I really need to hit that with a ground type move. Since I'm Choice Locked, I've got to swap out. Maybe I can go into my Kyogre here and hit it with a Earthquake. So as you guys can probably imagine, this is a physical Kyogre, Aqua Tail, Iron Head, Earthquake, and Avalanche. Anyway, so I forgot to turn the kettle off, and I'm going to get burned by the steam from the Volcanion. Now, unfortunately for me, since I was running a physical set, that's going to halve my attack, and this Kyogre is pretty much useless. There's nothing I can really do to it at all. Even if I hit it with the Earthquake, it's not going to do anything whatsoever. So we got the Volcanion swapping out, and we got the Shaman coming in. So not Skyfork, just normal Shaman. So this thing is actually a really bulky Pokemon, and I really can't do any damage to this whatsoever. It can hit me with any kind of grass move and just destroy me. Now, I do have Avalanche on this one for grass types, and flying types and dragon types, things like that. It worked rather nicely on this set. Obviously, with Avalanche, you're going to get that negative priority, so you've got to take a hit and then dish out the damage. So that's why I opted for a more bulky set with max health and max attack, Adamant Nature. Alright, so it's going to set up the leech sheet. I mean, there's really nothing I can do here. There's no point me swapping out my Kyogre at all. I don't really want to swap any other Pokemon. Plus, I've only got a certain amount of Pokemon on this team as well. Right, so expecting some kind of offensive grass move coming from Shaman. I'm just going to try and get as much damage as possible. Then I was thinking I could swap in my Groudon and go for the Eruption, right? Even if the Shaman wanted to swap, that could draw out the Volcano. So I was thinking along these lines. If we can draw out that Volcano and go for the Earth Power, I might be able to take it out, depending on if I predict right. So that was my thought process at this point in the game. So now back into Groudon, we're going to change the weather again from rain to shine. Oh, speaking of shine, people, on holiday, it got up to 49 degrees Celsius. I was roasting. I'm actually a little bit sunburned at the moment, but yeah, it was really hot. It was like 40 degrees every single day. Alright, so we got the Shaman swapping out there like I wanted, and now we got the Volcano swapping in, obviously predicting that Eruption. However, your boy's going to go for the Earth Power, doing some solid damage to Volcano. Now, Volcanion it could stay for this one, or it may swap out. I nearly swapped it. I decided to go for another Earth Power. I thought Shaman could come back into that one, but it didn't, and the Volcano is going to go down. So that was really good bearing that Pokemon. I didn't actually have a lot to hit it with if I lost, since I lost my Kyogre, and, Groudon with Eruption is quite easy to get around, especially when it's Choice Locked. Okay, so now, obviously, they know that I'm Scarf. If it wasn't obvious, already, I'm going to swap out of that matchup, and I'm going to go into my Latios. Now, this was a physical attacking Latios. In this team, right, the Rayquaza was it was trash. The Groudon was fun to use. It was probably the best Pokemon on my team. Kyogre was pretty fun to use, the physical set. This set was decent with Dragonets. It just didn't really hit very hard, so it needed quite a few Dragonets up to actually do any damage. Alright, so obviously, clearly this is a bulky Shaman set. Let's go over what this Latios set was as well. So this one was pretty... I actually did a Latios sweep on my channel, so I think it's very similar to that one. So we got max attack and max speed, we got Dragonets, Dragon Claw, Zen Headbutt, and Steel Wing with the Steel MZ. Now, usually I run Earthquake on that for Steel types. I opted to go for the Steel Wing in case I come across any Fairy types. Actually, it helped me out a lot in all the battles that I did with this team. Okay, so we got the Shaman going for the Seed Bomb and the Leech Seed. Even though Seed Bomb's not doing a lot, Leech Seed is starting to, rack up some good damage against me. So we got the Shaman swapping out here, and now we've got the Mars Shadow swapping in. I went for the Zen Headbutt. I was like, yes, this is really good. This is going to be able to destroy Mars Shadow. However, Mars Shadow's got a freaking Focus Sash. It lives on 1 health, and the merch is available, people. Anyway, so we're going to get some more health back with the Leech Seed. Latios is on its last legs here. I know the obvious Shadow Sneak is obvious, so I've got to swap out. Even if they're going to use another move, I really can't risk that one. I need my Latios for something at the end. I was already starting to plan the end of the battle, or the remaining Pokemon right. I had to save my Latios. It'll come more clear as the battle goes on. Alright, so we got that Shadow Sneak coming from the Mars Shadow there, hitting my Growlithe. Does pretty good damage considering, and I'm going to go for the Fire Blast this time. I thought they may go for another Shadow Sneak to drop my health, to power down that eruption a bit, and that is going to take out the Mars Shadow. Now, Shaman is going to come in, so obviously this is my best move I can use against it. I thought Shaman would actually tank this one because Shaman's actually got some very nice bulk to it. Fire Blast doesn't miss, which is really nice, doing some really solid damage to Shaman, almost taking it out there. And now Shaman's going to pop up that Leech Seed. Now, Shaman could swap out here, or it could stay in and maybe see if it can, risk me missing and then hit me with the Seed Bomb, something like that. I thought that's a possibility, but it's sort of a risky one. Then again, it's me, so I'd say it's a pretty good strategy. Okay, so I need to actually take this one out. Fire Blast connects, and the Shaman is going to go down. Damn, I was really happy to get rid of Shaman, then that would have been a difficult Pokemon to get rid of with the Pokemon I have left. That'll become more clear as well as the, as you see the last set. Alright, so now we've got Zera coming out. I've got Earth Power for this, but I don't trust Fire Blast. I've got to swap out. That definitely wouldn't be the greatest play in the world staying to that. And now we're going to go into Latios. So we've got the Fire Punch coming from the Zera. It's going to get boosted by the Sun, even though it's not very effective. Now, this was quite an interesting Latios set. It was terrible, though, but it's quite fun to use. So we got Psycho Shift at Flame Orb. I actually got the Flame Orb, obviously, as my item. I actually went for the Psycho Shift here. However, it's going to hit me with Jewel Trop. The second Jewel Trop actually crits me. I would have lived that one and got the burn off onto the Zera. That's very unfortunate. However, that's how the game goes. The other moves I had in this were Wish, Protect, and Miss Ball. Got to drop that special defense. Max health and max special defense. We got the ability to levitate, obviously, and the item as Flame Orb. Very tanky set, but very easily walled. More of just like a Mimi set. Alright, so now Zera obviously clearly can't hit me with too much. It's obviously its best attack is electric, Plasma Fist. So just going for the Fire Punch for as much damage as possible. Obviously boosting the Sun too. And my Earth Power is going to take the Zera out. So that's good, that's good. We've got one more Pokemon to take out. However, I've got 2 left. So we got the advantage at the moment. Now, I only brought 5 Pokemon to this team as well because, as you guys, if you heard earlier, there's only 10 Legends Mythicals to use. Alright, so going for the Earth Power, that's as much as I can pretty much do to the Xerneas. Xerneas is going to go send me to the moon, and that is my Groudon down. But Groudon did really well that battle. Like, all the battles it did very well. So, my last Pokemon, you guys, if I said before, I actually was saving this Latios for this very moment because I knew they had an Xerneas. So on this set, I had Steel Wing, we had Steelium Steel Wing. Now, obviously, I had to go for the Z move because number one, Steel Wing wasn't going to kill, and its accuracy was very, very bad. So I had to go for the Z move. This was a Jolly Nature's. No, it was actually Adamant. So I'm pretty sure I was running Adamant for a little bit more damage output, and that one is going to put the hurt on Xerneas, take it out in one shot. So that was a really nice battle there. Very close game at the end. Man, Steelium Z Steel Wing actually saved me. Hope you guys enjoyed this first battle. Very close one. Let's get into the second one. Now, this battle was actually done on my Twitch stream. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitch, you should. Link is in the description of the video. I may be doing a stream there after this video, or after you finish watching this one. Go check out the stream. I should be doing something there. Okay, so we got a Mage lead. Probably not the greatest matchup in the world for my Koga. I could go for the Aqua Tail or the Earthquake. So we got a Trump card set. Trump card's a really interesting move. The more PP you use on the move, the more powerful it gets. So a very, very gimmicky move. All right, so Earthquake doing a solid amount of damage to Mage. I'm very happy with that. However, it's going to eat a berry. Now, the berry it's going to have is the citrus berry, so it's going to push it over half health. I got a small feeling they may swap here. I thought they may swap, or they could go for explosion. I wasn't expecting explosions, so that's pretty cool. And now they don't have normal gem, so I actually lived that one. If they had normal gem, that would have been really bad. So it's actually a mixed Majana set. I like how when it faints, it goes back in like a little Pokeball, or it's a little ball. We need to get that other form of Majana happening, the red form, the Pokeball form. All right, so we got the Thundurus coming in now. Thundurus is clearly going to go for some kind of electric move, so I thought, let's hang on to the Koga maybe for later on in the game and go into Groudon. Hopefully, it's going to use an electric type move so I can get a nice free swap in, get that drought up, and get things happening. All right, so it's going to go for a Wild Charge. It's a physical set, which is nice. And I'm going to go for the Eruption here because I've got that Sun up and I'm going to outspeed. And that does some really solid damage, taking it out in one shot. So I'm very, very nice lead at the moment, taking 2 Pokemon out. So my Koga and Groudon were definitely the most strongest Pokemon on my team. So now we've got another Marshadow. I was thinking, let's see what moves it's going to do first. It does have Shadow Sneak. Most of them always do. So that could power down my Eruption. Could be bad. Let's go into Koga and see what it's going to do. So back into Koga, even though it's on a little bit of health, it was pretty much spent. It couldn't do any more. It's going to be a special set go for the Grass Knot there. Grass Knot would have done a lot of damage to Groudon, so I'm glad, I swapped out of that matchup. So down goes Koga. I've still got 4 Pokemon remaining. And we can see it's got the Life Orb there for a little bit of damage output. So I was thinking, okay, so they've got a special set. I know Marshadow has got Calm Mind, so they could possibly be running Calm Mind too. That was sort of my thought process at the moment. So into Rayquaza, the most handiest Pokemon on my team. And now we got the Lugia coming out. So like, okay, this isn't bad. So I could get up the Thunder Wave, right? I could get up the Swagger, and then I could start spamming Twister to get some flinches, and we could rely on the Para Hacks, and Lugia might hit itself in confusion a couple of times. That'd be awesome. Anyway, so we got the Paralysis. Man, I can't even say that, guys. I actually haven't messed up. I haven't called a Pokemon's name and ability yet, or something like that. I don't think I've done that yet. Could I go a whole video without doing that? Anyway, so we got the Lugia being confused here, which is nice. And Lugia is actually going to go for a Z move here, getting through that. So it's like, that kind of sucks then. So obviously this is more of an offensive Lugia. Actually, Shiny Lugia, I don't really like Shiny Lugia too much. I kind of prefer the old, the usual blue one. I just don't think the pink on it really doesn't work for me that well. Anyway, so we've got the Continental Crush here, and that is going to crush my... Man, look at poor Rayquaza. So anyway, Lugia just drops Uluru on Rayquaza. That's going to almost take it down to, in the red. Just probably a little, I think about like 3 or 4 more points and would have taken it into the red. And now I'm going to go for the Air Slash, hoping for a flinch. Lugia gets out of all of that. I don't even get any hacks at all, and it finishes me off with the Ancient Power. So that was Z Ancient Power for before. And man, Rayquaza can't catch a break at the moment. It's going to go down. So I've got 3 Pokemon remaining, and they've got 4 left. So I've got to step my game up here, ladies and gentlemen. So there's not too much I can do at the moment. I can really only go for the Eruption. Unfortunately, it's not that powerful on Groudon, obviously not being stabbed and stuff. So go for Eruption. We're just kind of relying on the high base power of Eruption and, and Drought as well. So doing some fairly good damage to Lugia. Lugia misses with the Aeroblast. I'm very happy about that. And now I can go for a second Eruption and take the Lugia out with that one. So that's really good. I'm definitely glad I took that one out. So we've got Marshadow left, and we've got 2 other Pokemon. So in comes the Marshadow. I thought, okay, we can either go for Eruption here or just swap out the Groudon. Decided to do a swap. I was like, nah, I'm scared of this Grass Knot because if that thing actually lives, I'm absolutely going to get wrecked. However, on the swap, we got the Calm Mind. So okay, that's fair enough. I could have gone for the Eruption there, but I'm kind of glad I did anyway because Groudon was very good late game too. So into Latios. Unfortunately for me, this Latios really didn't come in handy too much this battle. If it was a physical Marshadow, I could have gone for the Psycho Shift and pass that burn on. But since it was a special set, there was really nothing I could do. All right, so getting a special defense drop there. Not that it really matters. I was going to go down to it anyway. So passing off that burn. I really like Psycho Shift. It's actually a pretty cool move. I've done sets with it. You can put yourself to sleep, then you can use Psycho Shift to put the opponent to sleep. It's pretty fun. I used to do that back in the 4th gen days with Cresselia. Anyway, so we got the Flame Orb burn on the Marshadow. Going for Protect, I might as well get like a little bit of damage on the Flame Orb, even though I know my Latias is already going to go down, so it doesn't really matter. I thought I might as well spam Protect as many times as I possibly can. It's got the Flame Orb and it's got the Life Orb too, so it's going to be going down, a little bit more quicker than usual. Alright, so go for another double Scumbag Protect. It fails, unfortunately. I would have loved to get a second one. And now it's going to take me out with a Disrespect Focus Miss. Man, that was very cruel to do that to me. Alright, so Latios is going to go down. And we got Groudon left and we got Latios left. So I was thinking, okay, this would be a good opportunity now to send the Groudon. It's weakened. It does have a Calm Mind up, but, it's burned and it's got the Life Orb up. So I thought this should just be enough to take it out, hopefully. Okay, so into the big Groudon, I'm going to go for the Eruption again. Now, Eruption was starting to get low on. That's the only thing about Eruption. Even if you PP max it, it really doesn't have much. It's only got 8, so you're really going to make those 8 count. Alright, so Marshadow is going to go down. We've got 2 more Pokemon remaining. I've only got 2 left myself as well. So now we got the Dialga. It's like, okay, Dialga's not going to go down to an Eruption. I've got Earth Power, but I can't use Earth Power. I'm locked into, my Choice Scarf. So I thought, okay, let's go for the Eruption. Let's get as much damage off as possible. I know that I could probably maybe tank 1 hit from this thing. However, it's going to be a Dragon Breath set. I'm like, oh no, this is going to be hacks. I can tell. Dragon Breath does so much damage there, almost of half. And I'm going to swap out the Groudon. I'm going to swap that in later on and go for the Earth Power. That's my plan anyway. So into Latios, I know that I'm going to get a Dragon Breath in the face and it's going to be pretty smelly. And it was pretty dang smelly because guess what, guys? It almost takes me out and it paralyzed me. So that was really unfortunate. Now, speaking of unfortunate here, I actually went for a Steelium Z Steel Wing. Dialga swaps there, so I was like, oh, damn, I'm going to get a free Z move off. I didn't even think I'd live this one. But guess what, people? The Pheromosa comes in and I get paralyzed. Damn, that would have been... I reckon that would have taken Pheromosa out in one shot. So now I've got to swap out the Latios, right? Because you guys remember, right? I don't want to lock myself into Fire Blast. I need Fire Blast for Pheromosa and I need Earth Power for the Dialga. So I'm just in a little bit of a, a little bit of a bind here. I need my binding band. Anyway, so I'm going to go for the Fire Blast, praying I outspeed and miss. I don't miss. I don't mean miss. And it actually lands on the Pheromosa, taking it out in one shot. Damn, that Choice Scarf saved my butt. That's a really cool shiny too. I like shiny Pheromosa. Okay, so the last Pokemon is the big bad Dialga. I got to swap out here. I know it's going to breathe on me again. The pressure is on, people. So swapping out the Groudon, which is only on 39 health or something, and my Latios, which is only on a little bit of health too. So both my Pokemon, are really low health. So Dialga's going to go for the Dragon Breath. That's going to take out my Latios. Down goes... Man, Latios really didn't do anything. Like, when I come to think about it, Rayquaza didn't do much, and Latios did nothing. So it was almost like I used 3 Pokemon this game. Alright, so the last Pokemon is the Groudon. It's a very close game at the moment. I'm going to go for the Earth Power. That's my best bet. I thought, if I can take this Dialga out, it should be enough, actually, to do it, if it's a more offensive Dialga. So going for the Earth Power, which is Stab, and Dialga goes down. Man, those 2 really close Uber battles. But don't go away, people. Check out the bonus battle. I may or may not be salty. See you tomorrow, guys.